Weeks ago, the man next to me, Sugar Ray Leonard, made an announcement catching everyone off guard. You'll see the potential now of a Hagler-Leonard fight, and it's been one of promise and disappointment for years.
The fight has been 5 years in the making. On numerous occasions, we've chronicled the confrontation outside the ring.
The public is aware, there's no secret, that before my injury, you and I was pretty much on a collision course. Now be honest, do you still want to fight me?
I did, because I'll tell you why. You feel as though that when you train so hard, you're the best in the world, you want to keep growing, Ray. And for you, that was another step, and there was another way of growing.
The people want to see it, Leonard. We don't want you to retire yet until you come at the marvelous one.
Okay,
it's got to be the big one, right?
I must start off by saying to Dr. Ronald Michaels, thank you. You know why? Because very few people get a second chance. It was so easy because to say, well, I'll prove I'm different. I'll walk away from the ring. But in doing so, I was not satisfying myself. And I really feel that I have to satisfy Ray Leonard before I satisfy my fans or family or friends.
Well, Ray Leonard, let me ask you your impressions of Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Coming into the fight, they say he hasn't really fought anybody very tough. Well, he fought somebody tough tonight.
Well, I think Hagler's display tonight, it made me believe, it made the folks believe.
While Ray sat ringside as a commentator, Hagler destroyed the division.
Well, the fight is simply saying he doesn't want anymore. He doesn't want to jeopardize anymore, especially by being handicapped in the condition of Rodin.
There was a right hand, and Ron Domingo Rodin goes down.
It's not a comeback, I'm back.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome for the first time in the ring since February 15th, 1982, Sugar Ray Leonard.
For Sugar Ray Leonard, it was to be a one-night stand.
There's a swelling under the left eye now of Kevin Howard. I really believe that Sugar Ray Leonard right now thinks he can take him at any time, and a right hand from Kevin Howard puts Sugar Ray Leonard right on the seat of his pants. Okay, Ray.
Ray went on to retire with Marvelous Marvin as an interested and disappointed observer that night. Ray returned to the microphone and watched Marvin crush an old foe.
And again, it's a matter of accumulation of punches thrown by Hagler, which is probably where Tommy down.
I'm sure Marvin feels that he has got to hurry things up here because that cut is not going to get any better. There's no question about it. Right hand says no, he doesn't know where he is. Hagler goes in for the kill now.
He's gone.
He's down, and he may be out.
1 year later, this startling announcement from Sugar Ray Leonard.
This is something that I want to do. Marvin wants it also, but I'm not making an announcement. I'm just saying I would fight him. I'm not coming back to fight to have a career. Right. I've had a career. Right. I want something that's going to give me what I want. That's Marvin. I would fight him.
Public reaction has been one of wonderment, doubt, and bewilderment. Hagler's made only rare public appearances since Sugar Ray's challenge.
And now there's talk that you might not fight him. Is that true?
Well, you know, right now, it's really hitting a lot of press. I think basically just has an ego. He's on an ego trip or something. Maybe a little jealousy, or he's missing the limelight a little bit. But the way that I feel about it, I'm just going to sit back and I'm just going to lick my chops. Like that. And just wait. No. But, John, what I'm going to do is next month we're going to hold a press conference and then I'm going to answer Leonard's challenge. And I might say, yeah.
He is the undisputed middleweight champion of the world, introducing Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Fighting out of Palmer Park, Maryland, introducing Sugar Ray Leonard. And so the spotlight once again shines on commentator / boxing champion Sugar Ray Leonard. Ray, let me ask you the question the way it's been asked by my friends to me who know I know you. Are you crazy? Are you nuts? Are you out of your mind? And most important, are you serious?
Well, the fact is everyone's so, opinionated, and they deserve to be that way. Everyone has a right to make their own judgment of people, although sometimes they don't rationalize. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm very serious. I offered an invitation for Marvin, and he claimed that I was egotistical and that I missed the limelight. Those things are not true. I mean, it has nothing to do with me. The fact that I'm ready to challenge him, I mean, He has a good fight, an easy fight. He should consider the fact that I've been in the ring for 2 years. But I know Hagler. I think he's going to go for Hearns, which is a relatively easy fight, which was proven some time ago. And I'm sure that's what he has on his mind now.
Sounds really like you're trying to bait Marvin, and I don't think you're as serious about that as you say. But I have a couple of questions to ask you. Question number one. After you fought Kevin Howard, who is just a journeyman, and it was a good test for you coming off 2 years, but he is a journeyman. You said you hurt every time he punched you. You forgot how it hurt to get hit. Do you want to now go in the ring and get hit by Marvin Hagler?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, when I fought Kevin Howard, it was too premature. I'll be the first to say that I jumped too prematurely into the ring without conditioning myself first. I feel this way. I learned how to study my trade. I've been in the gym now for 3-4 months, and I'm preparing myself to take a punch. One lady asked me some time ago, she asked, do you have to get your face in shape to take a punch? I laughed after it was crazy, but it's true. You have to get used to being hit again.
The next question. There have been two famous comebacks in the recent history of boxing. Sugar Ray Robinson took off well over a year to try an entertainment career. It didn't work out, but when he came back, he took some meaningful tune-ups before he challenged for the title. Same thing with Muhammad Ali when he was in exile for 3 years. He took 2 tough fights before he challenged Joe Frazier. He wanted to see where he was so that he can get in shape for the best guy out there. So I don't understand how you can just go out there, no matter how much gym work you've had, without testing yourself against an opponent.
I can, because it's me, Larry. I feel this way. I know I'm capable of doing it. I know I can beat Marvin Hagler. The shock is the fact that, not because I want to fight him, it's the fact I want to do it right away. I don't want a career, like I stated earlier. I don't want to go in the ring and fight a series of fights because I know exactly I'm capable of beating Marvin Hagler.
I think the other side of that coin, too, is, and it's really a bottom-line question, what's in it for Ray Leonard? You're financially sound, you have it in the spotlight, you have a good career, you have almost anything that anyone could possibly want for. What's in it for you?
Marvin Hagler. That's why I'm going to beat him, because it's not for financial needs, like history has proven. Fighters come back for financial reasons. It's not for the ego or the pride. I'm here on HBO. I love it. I'm want to fight Hagler. Hagler always wanted to fight me. He may deny it now and claim he want to lick his chops and whatever. But the fact is, this is something I always wanted.
But this is not the same fight as it would have been 3 or 4 years ago when you were on top of your game and the boxing game. And when he was the number 2 guy, no matter what happens in the fight, it's not as if the great Sugar Ray Leonard fought the great Marvin Hagler. It's a Sugar Ray Leonard who's fought just one little old fight in 4 years, so it's not quite the same thing.
That's true. But I've been wrestling for 2 years. He's been beat around for 2 years. Okay, it's a big difference.
You've got yourself convinced if nobody else.
Thank you.
But there's also the old adage, and we said it about Larry Holmes, that you don't get better when you get older.
Well, once you reach a peak, you don't go high, you go down. The fact that I'm 30, and I admit that. Hagler's 31, 32, 33, give or take a year. And it's an easy fight for him. He should take it.
Well, that sort of took my next question, actually. I was going to ask you about the fact that Marvin Hagler really doesn't seem to have anything to gain from this fight either. If he beats you, people are going to say, well, you beat a guy who hasn't fought for 4 years. And if you beat him, then all of a sudden he loses all the notoriety and all the public acceptance that he's been striving for so long.
He has something to obtain by beating me. He wants it bad. I mean, we both stated, we were at my restaurant, Jameson's, and he said, Ray, it would have been a big fight if we had fought. It can happen now. It can't happen 2 years down the road.
It's understandable that you feel you have unfinished business, and of course, every time Marvin Hagler goes out there, he's got something to lose, but he doesn't have $10 million to gain as he might against Ray. But the question has to be asked because people are going to ask it. The risk to the eye. How do you feel about that?
Well, everyone has been stating that, Ray, I advise you not to go into the ring. But these people have no knowledge whatsoever in ophthalmology. I have an ophthalmologist who gives me the clean bill of health. And Larry, another thing, in fact, I had extensive examinations. I'm 20/20. People still bring that up as an issue. It was misinterpreted that I said that Marvin Hagler wouldn't go for my eye. That's the least thing on his mind. If he doesn't think he's concerned about my left jab.
I was just going to say, what now, if anything, is the status of the negotiations? Where does the fight stand? Is there any talk? Is there any rumblings at all other than just what we read in the newspapers about a fight?
There is major interest, I know, from a Hagler standpoint, from a Petronelli standpoint. For all the people that's not involved in the promotion, quite naturally, they don't want it to happen.
But so far, everything is up in the air.
You've answered all of my questions, Ray.
Well, all right, I'll ask you one more thing, too. What happens if you do beat Marvin Hagler? Where do you go that's up? Well, can you just sort of turn your back from it and say, okay, I've done it and I'm out of it?
I'm glad you asked that question because normally, because I've made one comeback really, and I say I'm retired, then I come back, and people, it's like the boy cried wolf. I contradict myself, they say, but I say one fight with Hagler. Hagler will retire after this fight, and I will retire after this fight.
Does it bother you that the nation's press has not been real kind to all of this? How does that make you feel? I know you pretty well, and I know you're a sensitive guy.
I'm a sensitive guy, but also I look at the source.
You really have to
We're all
consider the source.
just terribly sensitive guys here.
We're very
Well, we're
sensitive
talking
guys.
about a lot of bucks, and we're talking about a guy that feels that he once did something as well as anybody that I've seen has done it, and there's this unfinished business to attend to.
Thank you, Larry.
Well, that's the way it is. So we will likely then, I think it's fair to say, see a Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvelous Marvin Hagler fight. Tonight, we saw perhaps